Hello, 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 everyone. How is everyone doing? Let me straighten this up a little bit. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Let's see. Hello, everyone. Okay, so we're on for readings. If you are watching, say hi. Let me know you're watching. Just give me a minute here, guys. Forgot to do. Grab that link. Okay. Paste. Okay, perfect. I think we're good. Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness. Okay, so give me a second. I'm just gonna pull up the live so I can see comments here. Okay. Hello, Colton. Hello, Carmen. Okay, guys. So welcome, welcome. We're going to do some readings, but before we get into the readings, I just want to introduce myself for anyone who is new and explain how this all is going to work. So if you are new to my lives and new to watching me, welcome. My name is Becky, and I am the co-owner of Mystical Essence. I do tarot readings, oracle card readings, astrology readings, and spiritual mentoring. I really enjoy helping people to empower themselves and to step into their own power. I think that's what gives me the most joy. If I can help you guys become confident in your choices and your life path and really kind of step into your power, that's amazing for me. So before we get into this live, I do have a few rules. So we're going to go over those and talk about how to get a reading as well. So there are two ways to get a reading. You can donate using the link in the pinned comments. Donations, you can ask any question, and it gives you a guaranteed reading. Bumps you up to the top, gives you guaranteed readings, and allows you to ask a question. The free readings, I don't do questions on, okay? So if you guys have specific questions, please feel free to make a donation. The link is in the pinned comment. There is no set amount for the donations. It's whatever you can afford. There is two options when you pull it up. There's an option to pay through PayPal or through debit or credit card. Cool. Second thing, I don't do health readings. which does include pregnancy readings or legal readings. Okay. If you would like a free reading, all you have to do is comment your name, and I will be reading who I'm drawn to. Okay, so my guides kind of pull me to people who need the messages, and I shuffle the cards. Whatever cards come out, I deliver the message. Okay, that's how that works. If you do receive a free reading and you want a longer reading, you want to know more, or you want a reading on something else, please donate using the link in the pinned comment. Use your manners, please and thank you. Anybody being disrespectful or rude to either me or other people on this live will be blocked. It's not something I tolerate. It really, really irritates me. I'm going to be honest. I want people to feel safe to talk and express themselves. So any type of disrespectfulness, rudeness, bullying, anything like that will get you blocked from my page. Do not beg for readings, guys. If you aren't sure that I'm seeing your comments, all you got to do is drop a line into the comments, say, are you seeing my comments? Are you seeing me? Something along the lines of that. I'll acknowledge it if I see it. If I don't acknowledge it, then it probably means that I don't see it. Okay, sometimes it does take me a bit to acknowledge it, especially if I'm in the middle of doing a reading, because I don't read the other comments as I'm reading for somebody, okay? When I'm doing a reading, I'm focused in on their energy to connect with them and give them the reading they need. If you get a reply to your comments, or if you're watching on Facebook, if you get an inbox or a friend's request offering readings, these are scams. Please block these people and report them, okay? They are not legitimate people. Let me pull up the scrolling banner here. There we go. Real readers are going to let you guys come to them and not the other way around. Okay? So that's what we've got. So if you guys donate, if you have a specific question and you donate, please, please, please let me know that you donated. Sometimes it shows up on my phone, sometimes it doesn't. So guys, I just explained how to get a reading. If you want a free reading, comment your name. They are, if I'm drawn to you, it's whatever message Spirit has for you at that point in time, or whatever message you need to know. If you have a specific question, those are for donations. So please donate using the link in the pinned comments. Cool, cool. Carmen, I'm going to do you because I was pulled to you. So let's see what question, what message is up for you. What does Carmen need to know? What's the message for her? If you guys are watching on Facebook or YouTube, please feel free to subscribe or follow my page or channel. Okay. Tell us what we got coming out, Carmen. So Carmen, we have the Lovers card coming up. We have the Six of Pentacles coming up and the Eight of Swords coming up. Okay. Don't keep yourself trapped in connections with people who are not going to give back to you. Okay. I feel like there are some people that you are connected to right now. These could be friends, could be relationships, romantic, platonic, otherwise they are relationships of some sort. So this could be a business relationship, friendships, family relationships, you know, romantic relationships, etc., etc. But there's people that you're connecting yourself with who aren't giving a fair exchange with things, okay? Remember, relationships are 50-50. You should get back just as much as you put into it, okay? And with the Lovers card reversed, I'm seeing that it is not a 50-50 thing, and you are not getting back what you are putting into it. So don't, if you see that these people aren't giving back, don't be afraid to let them go. It's not your responsibility to help everybody, okay? They need to help you as well. And if they really care about you, they're going to help you. Now, I'm talking about those friends that you're constantly helping, or those people that you're constantly helping. But then when you're in a moment of need and you need help, they're like, no, sorry, can't help. You know, they don't even try. This doesn't have to be like monetary help. This can be like even, you know, just mental support, or a person there to listen, or, you know, just the little things, right? You just ended a friendship. Yeah. There's definitely not a 50-50 going on. But I feel like this is a lot of friendships. It's not just one. But if you've been cutting people out because of that, you're definitely on the right track. So just take that as confirmation that you're on the right track, my dear. Misty, you got your sound working? I will be honest, you guys, when this gets replayed for some reason, especially on Facebook, it gets muted. I've been noticing that with my lives a lot with the replays. The lives don't seem to have an issue when they're live, but when you replay them, they're muted. So this is also available over on my YouTube channel. I will post that. So if you guys are looking for replays, you might be better off watching them over there, because they're not muted. You too, Carmen, and thank you for letting me read for you. Hello. Okay, I'm going to pull up some people and say hi. Hello, Tashi. Hello, Colton. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Pam. Hello, Leslie. How are you guys doing? Misty, thank you for the donation. What's your question, my dear? Misty, 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 Misty. You have no question, just any info? Perfect. That'll work for me. Okay. I'm doing good, Pam. How are you doing? You're doing good. Why am I asking how you're doing? You're like, I'm doing good. How are you? I'm just going to go back and forth with this. Okay. Misty. What's the message for Misty? Queen of Swords. Hmm. That's 9 of Wands. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, Misty. So we have the Queen of Wands coming in. We have the Three of Swords in with the Seven of Cups and behind it. We have the Nine of Wands. And this is clarified by the Queen or the High Priestess. Sorry. And then we have the Five of Cups on the bottom. I feel like you need to beware of some women. Some women, some women, some women, some women. There's somebody coming in that is trying to cause and stir up some shit. And the way they're doing it is by I feel like it could be multiple women, or it could, I'm not getting, I don't know if it's just one. I feel like it's multiple women, or it's one woman at the center of it and kind of other people following, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think it's more people following, one person at the center of it, starting it, and then trying to recruit everybody else. Because what's coming through is there's this Queen of Swords, and she's looking right at, let me see if I can get this the way that I see it. She's looking right at that Three of Hearts, or that Three of Hearts, that Three of Swords energy. I don't know why I want to say the Three of Hearts. She may have done this to multiple people, and that's why I'm saying Three of Hearts, because I feel like she probably has an established pattern of doing this, or there could be multiple people that she's trying to manipulate and mind fuck with. But she's trying to get back at you, or not get back at you, but cause some strife and heartache and a lot of shit for you right now. And I feel like this is through gossiping or spreading rumors of some sort and going up to people and saying, it's not even like spreading rumors, but getting people to look at like other options and be like, well, you know, she might be good at this and this and this, but I can do better, right? I can give you this, and kind of like those sleazy I'm gonna say this the nicest way I know how, but those sleazy salespeople, right, who manipulate you into buying things because you think it's a better deal, and they're like, I can give you better, and I can do this, and I can do that, and then you end up buying into shit, right? I do think that these people are going to realize eventually what this woman is doing, but they're following her in the process of it. And she's just out to like cause freak havocs. I think her focus is on your friendships. Okay, because the Three of Cups is spilt over. And the Three of Cups has to do with friendships and support systems. So her focus is to try and take away your support system, your friends, the people in your circle. And I feel like you've dealt with these women before, or this type of person before. The cards are saying to just rely on, stand strong, you know, put your defenses up as much as possible. Don't let this person get to you. And, you know, let the people go who are going to go with her. The one thing I love about people who spread shit and kind of things like that is they always show you who really knows you and who's willing to stand with you and who's not. Like, in a lot of ways, they do you a huge favor by clearing out shit. Because I'm like, if people are going to buy into what people say who really know me, and they're still going to buy into people's bullshit, then they're not people you would want in your circle to begin with, right? So just stand strong with things. Again, let the people go who are going to go, right? Let people believe what they're going to believe, and if they're going to go, go. There's really no need, I feel like, to fight back to kind of correct what she's been doing. I do feel like it'll come back on her, and people will click into what she's doing eventually. But you just kind of need to guard your own energy and focus on you. Follow your intuition. Okay, you might even want to just kind of distance yourself from this person if you know who it is. Because I feel this like it could be someone you have a history with the Nine of Wands coming up. This might not be the first time that this person has done this to you or tried to do this to you. It could be. It could be. Follow your intuition. You'll figure it out. This is somebody who's really clever and conniving. They told me to go look. Hold on, give me a second here. I just did a reading for the signs this month, and I think it was Libra that got the queen. Yeah. So it could be a Libra of some sort. Because for some reason they were pulling me to the astrological readings I did, which tells me that that's the sign that's connected. So now they may not be a Libra sun. They could have very strong Libra placements in their chart or have a lot of Libra energy to them. And Libras come off as charming and very diplomatic, and they can try and manipulate very, very easily. And people tend to follow them too. That's the other thing, because I don't know why. They they just kind of have that energy to them. Not family though? No. Yes, this is definitely an older woman with the Queen of Swords coming up. So I'm pretty sure you already know who it is. So like I said, I don't feel like this is the first time she's tried shit like this. And she's gonna try and like get in with your inner circle of people and be like, no, you should follow me instead because I'm the better option. Just to kind of spite you and get you all pissy. What sign is early January? Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn. I'm pretty sure. But like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a sun sign. Like they may have like a Venus in Libra, which kind of like makes people, they may have a Libra rising, right? So when people initially meet them, they see a Libra instead of a Capricorn. It just means that there's some heavy Libra energy kind of playing out, which means they can be diplomatic, they can be charming, they can be people, the reason why I feel like the reason why Libras or people with a lot of Libra energy to them, or that kind of can utilize that energy, they can come off as really people pleasing, right? They know how to give people what they want. And that's, I think, the magnetic charm to it that people like. Awesome, Misty. Well, I'm glad that was helpful, and thank you for the donation. Yeah, she thinks she's charming. She thinks that she's, no. The truth is going to come out. The Three of Swords has to do with truths being revealed. I think whoever she's trying to play is either going to see right through her, or, they're going to catch on eventually, and she'll get hers. Because the High Priestess doesn't play around either. That's not an energy I would want to play with anyways. Usually the B and the J on both sides of her stand for balance and justice. So, I mean, kind of, you know, what goes around comes around, she'll get hers. Perfect, perfect. Okay, guys. Hello, Robert. You made it. Yay. Is your power back on yet? Hello, it's just Crimson. Okay, guys. Whoa, what am I doing? Technology doesn't like me. Okay. Awesome. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Misty, I'm glad that that was helpful for you, my dear. Tamia, hello. Guys, if I'm mispronouncing your names, I'm sorry. Karen, hello. Pam, you want to know why above your name it says you're a milestone follower? So milestone followers are people who have been following my page for years. So like when you reach a 1 year of following my page, you'll get a 1 year milestone. 2 years, you get a 2 year. It just kind of shows people that you've been following the page for a while. Shows me that you've been following my page for a while. Is that still showing though? Like I haven't seen that on mine anyways. The last time I was looking at the live. Now I want to go look. Give me a sec. Yeah, it's not coming up on mine. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, that's what that is. Boom. Okay, guys. So, anybody wanting a reading? Yeah. It just means you've been following my page for a while, my dear, which is a good thing. I appreciate it. Okay, guys. So, readings, readings, readings. If you want a reading, there's two different ways to get one. So if you have specific questions or you just want a reading and you want to make sure you get a reading, you can donate. So the donation link is in the pinned comment. It better be in the pinned comment. Wait, do I have that pinned? I do not have that pinned. Crappity crap. It will be in the pinned comment. On Facebook, I just realized it wasn't pinned. I apologize, guys. This is what happens when my brain just works faster than I can. Okay, now it's in the pinned comment. So now it's in the pinned comments if you're on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the pinned comments already because I did that before I went live. So um, we're on top of this. So Robert, that's how you donate. There's a link in the pinned comments. It goes to a PayPal page, but if you don't have PayPal, don't worry about it. There is an option to use debit or credit card as well. So yeah, you don't need PayPal. A lot of people are like, I don't have PayPal. This is my way around it because I'm in Canada, so we don't have Venmo, we don't have Cash App, we have none of those good things. So that's, yeah. So if you guys have specific questions or just want to make sure you get a reading, please donate. Let me know you donated because I talk a lot and sometimes I don't see it. If you guys want a free reading, I'm doing free readings just for whatever message needs to come through to those people I am pulled and drawn to. So if I see your name come up and my guides pull me to you, I will pull some cards for you and deliver whatever message they have. Cool? Cool, cool. There is no minimum for donations either, guys. It is just whatever you can afford. I should probably open That's what I should do. Open my email. Boom. Okay. Perfect. 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 Oh my goodness. It's like, oh, Pam, that's awesome. Well, congratulations on being cancer free. That is amazing, amazing news. I have family members that are struggling with cancer right now, so it's awesome to hear that you beat it and that you are in the clear. Okay. Nikki. Nikki, what do we got for you, my dear? What's coming through? Ooh, what's the message for Nikki? Yeah. We got the Hanged Man coming up for you, Nikki. And the the message that came through is to see things from a different perspective. I feel like there's some stuff going on right now, or maybe some stuff that might come up, or it's kind of, hold on. I think they're coming up. Because they're telling me when things get turned on their head to take a step back and see things from a different perspective. Quite literally, that's what's being said. So I feel like there's something that's coming up that might kind of turn things upside down for you. And when things are going bad, just know that this is an opportunity to see something from a different angle, okay? Try to take a step back and see things from a different perspective. It's not always easy, but it is doable. And sometimes that's all we need, right? We can be stuck in a really bad situation, but if we can step back from it and see the positive that is in that situation and be like, well, it could it could always be a lot worse, right? Or there's other people out there going through worse than I am. It kind of, makes you see things from a different point of view, and it puts a different energy on things. And sometimes too, we see things when we look at things that we didn't normally see when we look at things from a different perspective as well. So it keeps showing me somebody hanging upside down and then looking at, you ever, have you ever laid on the grass as a kid and kind of looked up at the clouds? And when you're lying down on the grass and you're looking up, you can see all the different shapes in the clouds, all the different formations, all the different things in the clouds that you don't necessarily see when you're standing up looking up, right? Because you're down and you're looking at it from a different perspective. So I think that, when you go through some tough times, if you look at things from a different perspective, you see some things that you may not have seen before as well. You're very welcome. So I guess I go on and on. Sometimes it just So, Rel, if you have a question, there's a link to donate in the pinned comment below. I will be more than happy to answer your question for you. Ba, ba, bum, ba, bum. Oh shit, that's not one. Rob, oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Hey, Rob, I just got your donation. Thank you so much. I don't know what. Boom, boom, boom. My phone's going all weird. Weird, weird, weird. Weird. I'm like trying to open it up and it's like thinking and thinking, and I just get like the spinning wheel on it. I don't know what's going on. It is what it is, what it is. Where'd you go? I've seen you in the comments. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, there you are. So, Rob, what is your question? Let me know what your question. Whoa, let me know what your question is. As the Three of Wands comes flying out for you. Oh, yeah. Ow. Okay. There's something new coming in for you, Rob. These cards flew out as I was shuffling, so I'm gonna give you the message that's coming through with them. There's something coming in, something that you've been waiting for, but it's still kind of under the surface of things. Okay. So we had the Three of Wands coming up, and we have the. I know I want to flip that up, right? I do, but it came out reversed, so we're gonna read it reversed. But I feel like this is when I said it's under the surface, it's like right under the surface because my hand wanted to flip it upright. So whenever a card comes up reversed, I almost see it like, especially the Ace of Pentacles, it's like the seed that's under the ground, right? Before a seed can kind of come up above the ground, it's got to obviously develop roots, and it does all that stuff underground and goes through that process before it breaks through the soil and up through the surface, right? I feel like whatever is coming your way that you've been patiently waiting for is almost there. So don't give up on it. It's coming very soon. It has been a slow process, but it's coming. So, okay, so you want to know about, so you just want some general direction on where to go? I know we talked a little bit earlier. You're on a mission of self-discovery. Like rebirth. Yeah. Phoenix energy is amazing. Says the Scorpio. I can't make this up. I live with that energy, so okay. We can definitely get you some direction. See what you need to be doing. Yeah, you're okay. Let me see if I can get some more information on this. Okay, so actually, you know what? I'm going to give you what I got and we'll build on this because I feel like this is what I'm being told to do. So we're going to do this. Your sun is a Gemini. Oh, nice. 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 My brother's a Gemini. So we got the 6 of Wands. You are a very natural born leader and somebody who a lot of people look up to. But I was also hearing the word journey come through this card. When I pulled it, it was like you're on. Remember how I said before I even pulled the cards that you're on this journey of self-discovery, and then this card comes out. I feel like you have a natural ability to lead people, and you will have the potential to be a very strong spiritual influence. I don't want to say influencer because that's not even the word I'm looking for. They want me to use influencer. I don't know why. I don't like that word, but we're going to use it because that's what they're telling me to use. A very strong spiritual influencer. And I feel like you are not somebody who necessarily talks a whole lot of talk either. Like, you walk the walk. So when you step up to people and you're like, this is exactly what you need to be doing. But I feel like there's an evolvement into that. That you're in the process of evolving into that role. And I feel like this is the role you'll step into because this is where the self journey is leading. But in between of that is this up and down and all around energy that's coming through with this 2 of Pentacles here. So the 2 of Pentacles, yeah, it's a lot of up and down energy. I know. See, I need some more information on this because so how does he step into the energy that he's meant to step into? It's his question. Yeah, you're meant to be a teacher, an influencer, a spiritual teacher, spiritual guide, spiritual like teachers written all over this. Okay, we have the Hanged Man, we have the Hierophant coming up, and then we have like there's definitely some. This is highly spiritual. This is highly spiritual. This is a natural born leader. Like, you're definitely being called into this position of leading people, teaching people, guiding people. But in order to be able to do that, you need to understand who you are. And I feel like that's the kind of journey that you're being pulled through, is to understand yourself better. And sometimes we have to I keep hearing you have to lose yourself to find yourself, which makes absolutely makes sense, but I don't think we can ever lose ourselves. But yes, you're a teacher. You're very, 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 very powerful. You have a lot. I'm gonna say you're a very old soul. Because I picked that up even just from talking to you earlier. And we're gonna go down 2 of Wands. But now you're at the crossroads where you have to pick your path, which might have something to do with the elevators that you were talking about in our previous discussion. The 2 elevators, which path are you choosing, right? So with the 2 of Wands, there's 2 options. There's the one option that's chained to the wall, which means safety, security. I like to call that the playing it safe option. And then there's the option of going out into the world, into what lies ahead, completely unfreaking known, but exploring. And you have to make the decision of what path you're going to follow now. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So I feel like right now you're really kind of, and not only are you being led in a direction to kind of help you to step into the leader and teacher that you're meant to be, but you're also being tested in a lot of ways in terms of, give me a minute here, in terms of following your own intuition and understanding. Awesome, Robert. Well, I'm glad that you needed this. So a lot of times, like I was saying to you earlier, we can disconnect or think that we've disconnected from things of our parts of ourselves that we haven't actually disconnected from, but we've just simply kind of left behind. And I feel like that's what this Eight of Swords is talking about, because you can see in the bottom of this card, she's got one foot in the water, which represents the spiritual worlds, or well, sometimes represents the spiritual worlds. It can also represent our emotional body as well. But I feel like for you, it's one foot in the spiritual world, one foot in the physical worlds, and keeping a foot in both, right? And that can't really be separated. I feel like you were born with one foot in both worlds, and that's not a bad thing. But now you've been cut off. Okay, you see the bandages wrapped around, right? Now you've been cut off from one source, and they want you to reconnect. Learn to follow your own intuition, to connect with yourself, because the things that you think are lost aren't lost. I'm telling you, they're not lost. This is a perception, it's a mindset, and they want you to come to your own conclusion and understanding that it's not lost, which is why the information that I was giving you earlier was very kind of limited, and my guides were only giving me limited information, because the rest is for you to discover. And sometimes they don't give me all the information, or sometimes they'll give me information and they won't let me relay it, because they're like, if I tell you certain things, then it hinders your growth and development that you're supposed to be doing. The Seven of Wands is on the bottom reversed. This isn't something you have to fight through, it's something you have to embrace. I feel like there's walls up in a lot of ways that have kind of cut off this energy, if that makes sense, because I'm seeing walls everywhere. You can see the walls with the swords, you can see the walls with the wands, you can see them. There's the walls there. There's walls everywhere. There's even in the six, there's walls in behind them, right? Of wands and people. I feel like, once you get past those and you realize And this has to be your own understanding and your own realization. And this is part of your journey, by the way. This is what it's going to bring, is that you don't, everything you could possibly need that is you is already inside of you, and nobody can take that from you. You can't lose it. It's yours. It runs in your blood, it runs in your DNA, it runs in your body, it runs in your energy, it runs through every part of you, right? So you can't lose it. It's like, I don't want to say somebody taking your body, because I know that's highly possible. So that's a really bad example to use. Only because I have seen it. Let's find another example. They're telling me like your body is in mimicking your physical body, right? Nobody can steal your physical body in essence, like no other physical person can steal your physical body, right? It's yours. Once you've been given it, it's yours. And the only way you can lose it is if you willingly sacrifice it, or you convince yourself you're cut off from it. Yeah. You know what's you know what's funny, Robert? You might laugh at this. And I didn't want to say anything earlier because I wasn't sure. I was actually going to look into it after this live, but now that I'm doing your reading, I'm seeing the connections. I had a weird, okay, I'm not going to say weird dream because it wasn't weird. So I had a dream earlier today about, just before I woke up this morning, actually, that I got I got awakened from, which I was kind of annoyed with. But it was of a male that was having issues similar to yours, with walls being up that I actually had to help break down. So, and then you showed up. So I find that kind of funny. Because I don't believe in coincidences. I think everything happens for a reason. But yes, you're definitely on a path. And the only thing that you can kind of do with this path is just continue on it. Like I said, going back to the point in time where you felt cut off from things and reclaiming that energy is probably going to be something that helps you. But I feel like we all go through that Phoenix energy, and I've been through it. And you do go through this sense of losing yourself. And the reason that happens too, part of the other reason that happens is because there's aspects of ourselves that we have to let die off in order to be reborn, in a sense, right? I thought it was funny. Yeah. Normally I don't get to like come in contact with the people I come in contact with in dreams, so but yes, you're still traveling. You're good. Even if you're unaware of it, you're still doing it. I thought it was funny. Let's see if there's any more information I can get for you, my dear. But I think that ooh, they're not done. Oh, okay. Okay, so remember I said you got to go back and reclaim your energy. So the Nine of Wands was coming up. The Knight of Wands reversed in the Empress card. Really interesting that the Empress card comes up. I would have expected the Emperor card to come up, but it did not. So there's there's a process called the Soul Retrieval. I don't know if you've ever, shamans use that word a lot. And essentially what it is regoing, it's pulling back all of our energy and reconnecting with energy that we have left places. Throughout lifetimes sometimes, or even just, some people do it just within this lifetime. Other people do it like me. I've done it, tempted to do it throughout all of my lifetimes, but that's really hard when you're an old soul and you don't have recollections of all your lives. However, I feel like that's kind of the journey you're on, where you're going through and pulling back all of the energy that you have left places in these different events throughout your lifetime. The hurtful events, the painful events, the things that have left you kind of wounded. They've taken pieces of, well, not taken pieces of you, but energetically, you've left like an energetic imprint there, right? What you need to do is pull all that energy back. I feel like this one instant is just an instant that you're aware of now, but I feel like there's other ones as well that will come up into your awareness as this kind of progresses, because right now this is kind of causing you to feel that stagnant energy. I think the Empress card is coming up because there's no growth and development, and that's kind of what the Empress represents, right? Is feeling, not saying that there's no growth and development, because I think there is, just it's that feeling of growth and development, like the consciousness of it, right? Being aware of it. Sometimes it happens and we're not even aware of it. And that movement forward, right? Not feeling stagnated and stuck. So, meditation. Do you meditate? They're telling me to tell you to meditate. You used to, you might want to get back. Yeah, it's definitely a practice you're going to want to get back into, because I feel like that's going to help connect you in the ways that you need to be connected. There's a lot of wands in here. And wands to me represent personal energies. So I feel like there's a lot to do with your own energy and kind of reclaiming that energy. I only relay the messages, okay? Meditation, yeah, that's going to be a big thing for you. So if you're not doing it, well, you want to get back into it, because that's going to help you along this journey. All of this is happening for a reason. I feel like there's really nothing that you can actively do right now other than meditate that's really going to help you. And I know that's going to sound weird, but I feel like you're kind of going through this dark night of the soul process right now, because I keep seeing black like everywhere. And to me, that represents going through this dark night or rebirth kind of process. And eventually you come out the other side. It's just a process. And the thing about the night too, when I see that, is it's represents like learning to connect to other senses, right? Because in the night we can't, there's no light, right? So really back before we had the invention of electricity. Like nobody went out at night because you couldn't see, right? You didn't travel at night. You didn't do, well, unless you're gifted with a lot of really good eyesight. It's not something you do, right? And I feel like that's what they're symbolizing is during the night, people have to learn to rely on their other senses. It's almost like a blind person too, right? When you can't see or you lose one of your senses, all your other senses heighten, right? So that's another thing that might be why there's a disconnect with things too, is because they're trying to teach you to rely on other senses, right? You may see other gifts and abilities, I have a feeling, come up through this process as well, that maybe you weren't even aware you had. Because I know when I went through that, there was a lot of shit that surfaced for me that I wasn't even aware I was able to do. Yeah. Well, they shake their heads at me for being hard-headed too. You're not the only one. There have been many times I have told people that my guides just kind of like shake their heads at me, and I know they do, but it's our drive and our determination and our stubbornness that they love about us at the same point in time. Oh, thank you, Robert. I have energy I find that either people really love or they really hate. But yeah, if you need somebody to, my inbox, I can't even talk. Blech. Okay, let's try this again. You need somebody to bounce shit off of. Message me. Oh my god, I can't. This is what happens when you channel shit. Like your brain goes faster than your mouth can talk. My candle went out. I figured that would happen. Was that helpful, Robert? I hope it was. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I like talking to people too. So, Being a spiritual person, I feel like there's not many people I can talk to that get me. Because I feel like and I'm sure a lot of spiritual people feel like this. I know I'm not the only one where we're kind of up here as far as like knowledge and understanding of things. And I'm not saying like, trying to belittle anyone at all, because that's not it. I just feel like when I talk about spiritual things, there isn't a lot of people who get me. Probably because I channel a lot of shit too, and I come up with stuff that like people are trying to research and they'll never. Some of the stuff that's come through in my meditations and stuff is like things nobody can research. It's like older knowledge that's just coming back. Oh, see? Awesome. Perfect. Well, then maybe all you needed is a reminder. That's the thing about dreams is we forget them a lot. Sometimes it's easy to lose details. I've had that happen quite a few times. I write my dreams out anymore. I have one dream, though, that I wrote out that no one will read. I've tried, but everyone's weirded out by it. I'm still trying to figure out what it means. I don't think I've pieced some of it together. I think I have a good idea, but see? People are always pulled to people for reasons. Nothing's a coincidence. Perfect. Yay. I'll see if I can find some more information on that symbol you sent me too. I feel like there's more to it than what I'm seeing. Although I don't really work with sigils and stuff that much, so which is really weird. Well, I know the circle with the X through it. I guess I'm on the right track. Okay, so I'll tell you what I noted. The circle with the X through it is an astrological symbol, believe it or not. But and it's an astrological symbol for Earth, which is why I was laughing because the Devil card came up, which is Capricorn energy, which has to do with Earth energy. So I feel like I'm on the right track. So I would look, I don't know, maybe look more into that. When you break the symbol down, the Earth symbol down, like the glyph for Earth in astrology, it's the cross of matter within the circle of spirit. So it has to do with balancing the 4 elements and then surrounding it by spirit, which actually has to do with manifestation. So I do know that much. And I also know that the X is also a Norse rune that they use for balance and equality as well. So. That's what happens when your brain gets full of stuff. Okay. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. I talk a lot. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all can tell me to shut up if I'm just blabbering on. It's okay. Thor didn't like you much. Thor doesn't like me much either, so I wear his hammer, but it's customized. And I know that sounds really weird that I'm even wearing his hammer because but I kind of put my own spin on it, so he can't get mad at me because I put 2 gargoyles on it and then the Grim Reapers on top. I had it custom made. And I feel like the hammer was more the protection aspect of the hammer that I've liked to connect it to. Freya, on the other hand, now she's a goddess I've worked with before. Few times. I get a lot of war deities that come to me, but then my matron goddess is a goddess. It's just the Celtic goddess of death and war, all that stuff. So I guess it makes sense. I connect to a lot of dark deities, ones that nobody really wants to work with. The Norse, I don't know, the Norse deities, I find they either like you or they hate you. There really is no like in between with them. They're kind of like an all or nothing pantheon. I had a dream one time that I was talking to a deity, and I still to this day do not know who it was. But because when I asked who it was, they would not tell me. They wouldn't. I told them I knew that they were not my matron deity because it was not her energy at all. And so I asked who it was, and they laughed at me. I'm like, well, that's not helpful. Like, it's just not. You gotta love it when they do that. They're like, you don't need to know who I am. You just I have a message to give to you. That's all that matters. Names are not important. What are you looking for? You okay? Oh, smells. Okay. That does make sense. Yeah. I could see why that might, they're yeah. I could see how that would be. Yeah. Working with them and their energies, I could totally. I haven't worked with Tor personally. I know a lot of people who have, but I haven't. Yeah. That's what you get. Did it give you crap for using things? They can get temperamental like that. I say that with the greatest respect of them, but they can get very temperamental. And they admit it, so. Okay. I feel like I should be doing more readings. They're gonna yell at me pretty soon. Let me see. Yeah, see? That's why. That's funny. I'm sorry. It's not really funny when you're dealing with that kind of energy, but I mean, I don't know. I've had so many deities get like frustrated with me. I kind of just laugh at it anymore. Probably because I'm stubborn and they tell me to do things and I just end up doing my own stuff. Hello, Emma. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Summer, you're a Leo. Yeah, happy birthday. Emma's your oldest daughter. It's a whole family thing on here tonight. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Uh, wow, that's awesome. Yay. So cool. You dragged him here, huh? I'm glad. I encourage people to, I don't want to say drag other people here, but you know. Oh, well, thank you, Tori. Emma, why do I see? This is the thing. I just go by screen names. I never used to ask like personal names. But the only reason I do is because when you guys make donations, that's how I link them up, right? Um, but I really don't need them to read. Had lots of people ask me that if I need to know actual names. I've had people send me pictures too. Like, I'm like, I don't need it. Like, your energy's in your screen name. I can connect to that. See, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people. Yay. Okay, well, let's see. I'm clicking on people. Sorry, I'm going to pull some cards for you because apparently I'm clicking on you for a reason. Well, my husband was like, seeing things, apparently. I'm always seeing things. It's the story of my life. Yes, guys, I pull weird things into my readings too, so don't be surprised. Let's see, it's Tori. Message, message, message. Come in. Yep, 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 yep. Hmm. Okay, Tori. No, I love these people. Sorry, guys, I've had block trolls. Anyways, Tori, the message coming up for you, my dear. We have the Page of Wands reversed with the Wheel of Fortune. It's been something in the past that didn't work out that you're still thinking about, you're still pondering about. Stop looking back on it. Start looking forward. Okay, things are switching and they will switch. I feel like whatever didn't work out for a reason, and that things are changing and moving forward. Okay, so time to stop looking back and start looking forward. Okay. Sorry, guys. Oh. Why does that not want to? Give me a minute. Okay. Yeah, don't look back. Don't look back. Okay, everything happens for a reason. And when we're looking back, I mean, it's okay to look back in terms of, I do it, I catch myself doing it all the time too, where I'm like looking back but when I look back, it's kind of to see how far I've come, right? But I feel like when we are in this case, it's like looking back at things and kind of getting stuck in that energy. Um, is there no way to? You know what? Whatever. No. Nope. No. No. Okay. Um. Things happen for a reason. The Justice card's coming up reversed. Learn from it, right? If things don't work out, understand they don't work out for a purpose. Use that opportunity to grow. Use that opportunity to learn from. Learn what works, what doesn't work, right? A failure isn't a failure. It's a lesson in what works and what doesn't work for you, right? So take that lesson and move forward with it. Tarot Destroyer, please shut up. Okay, I'm not. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to stay professional here and not lose my shit on some people, but I have a hot temper, by the way, guys. So I apologize if stupid people come on and I lose my shit, but I'm trying. But yes, sorry that. Oh, okay. I'll let you all deal with him or them. Have fun. Anyways, back to business. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry, I'm the same way. I can relate to that. I'm the same way. Um, Trusting people and letting people in is very, 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 very hard. But we need that connection, right? And that's the hard part. I find like when I shut people out, and I'm sure that most people feel this way because we're all kind of humans, and I'm going to say most humans, because there have been a few that I've come across that don't need the human interaction, but most of us do. And when we cut ourselves off, right, we find ourselves with that desire to want to reconnect with things. So don't. The trick to opening up, I'm finding, is finding people worth it. Okay. Test people. I know that's going to sound bad, but it's really not. Test people and make sure that they're worth opening up to. Okay. And don't budge on your boundaries and your limits. It's a very, 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 yeah, but you know what? We all get hurt. I mean, pain sucks. It does. But, well, I think like it's a matter of finding people that you can vibe with, like I said, right? I'm not saying, open up and expose yourself and be vulnerable to everybody, because I would never, ever, ever suggest that. I think been down that road too. I've been down that road too, and I will not go down that road again. Set your limits, set your boundaries, set your, and don't let people cross them, right? The people who are worth being in your life and are worth opening up to are the people who will respect you. And if they can't respect your boundaries, if they can't respect your limits, don't open up to them. Don't. I test people deliberately to see whether they will respect my boundaries and my limits. Because if they're not going to respect me, then I don't need them in my life, right? I will deliberately test people. And I know that sounds bad, but I mean, you can't keep yourself from being hurt. I've had people that I've opened up to like 100%, let in deeper than I would let anybody in, and still gotten hurt. So there's no guarantee ever that if you open up, you'll never get hurt. But at least you have some sort of, I don't want to say safety net there, but I guess that's kind of how it goes. I don't know what it is with YouTube, but it is full of trolls tonight. I'm gonna need to strengthen my protections next time I come on it. Hello, Beth. Hello, Crystal. Okay, guys. So if anyone wants a reading, there is a link in the donations. Nope, I don't need to cast spells. Blocking you is just so much easier. That is the end of your reading, Tori. Just keep looking forward. That's what they were wanting me to tell you. Keep looking forward, learn from the past, but move forward. don't think pissing me off is a very wise move tonight. Maybe I'm being tested to keep my cool. Oh my god. Oh, Lord. Okay, so if you guys want a reading for anybody watching, there's two ways to get one. You can comment your name, and that if I'm pulled to you, I will pull some cards for whatever message just kind of comes through that you need to hear. If you guys have specific questions or want me to look into something or want to guarantee a reading, there is a link in the pinned comment below where you can donate. Okay, there is no minimum for donations. You can donate whatever you can afford, because I know things have been kind of crazy that way. Yeah. I want to take a minute. Okay, the second one, I did say just say that, didn't I? My brain's going all flustered. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm extremely sensitive to energy too, so when nasty ass energy ends up in my life, it bothers me. Okay. So I see Cassandra, but let's see who all is. Okay. Let's see if there's more to this. Okay. I got you. Anybody Okay, guys, so if you want a reading, if you want a free reading, comment your name. Let me know. If you have a question you want answered, there's a link to donate. You talk a lot, so be prepared. I can't help it. I think I got rid of all the trolls. So we're good. Lock them all. Okay. She's all cleared up. Okay, guys. So, Emma, let's see what's coming up for you. Now that all this energy's cleared out and I can focus again. I'm sorry, guys. I do apologize about that. Like I said, I am extremely sensitive to things and I have a very low tolerance for negative energy. And I do fight back. So I apologize, but let's see, Emma. So if you see me go crazy, it's probably because there's somebody bringing their, oh, yeah, okay. No, no. Okay. So let's see what's coming up. Emma. We had a lot of cards come out for you, my dear. A lot. No, just what I preach. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords coming out reversed. We have the Knight of Pentacles coming out reversed. We have the Six of Swords coming out reversed. We have the Knight of Cups coming out reversed. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords reversed. We have the Hanged Man. And we have the Nine of Cups reversed. Okay, so Emma, what I'm picking up for you, you have very good insight into things, okay? I do feel like you have this ability to see into people, into their motivations, into them, okay? And that helps you in a lot of ways. I'm getting to always trust your instincts, my dear. because you have a very, very illuminated and insightful perception. It's like, when people come to you, you can see, I don't want to say see into them, but you generally get a vibe of what their motives are, what they want, what it is they desire from you. You just have to have the courage to follow that, okay? Because I do see a lot of people coming to you with like offers, things that almost seem too good to be true. So there's a lot of knights here. There's the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. All of them are reversed. So these are like people who are coming to you and being like, I can give you this, I can give you that, I can give you that, I can, all of this stuff. And in essence, it's just a bunch of bullshit, to be honest. They play on people's hopes and wishes and dreams, and in essence kind of pull them down to their level. And they come in charming, but I feel like you have an ability to see through all of this, and you have a pretty good instinct for seeing people like that. Okay, the cards are just saying like, trust your instincts, my dear. So I'm seeing all these people. These are all people that are coming in and being like, I can give you, whatever. They're offering all sorts of shit. And I'm a reader that calls it like it is. And I'll say it. They're offering all sorts of shit. But in essence, they want to keep you stuck in this really crappy water. They're lying and they're manipulating, but they come across as like they're seeing the truth. And this is the thing, like, you have the ability, especially with this Hanged Man reversed coming up with the Seven of Swords, to see past people's lies, deceptions, manipulations. They can come in with the sweetest story. They want, and it's just bullshit. I feel like these are just people in general. They're not giving me whether these are people or people, because the message isn't revolving around the people, it's revolving around you trusting your instincts. And that's why they're like, the people aren't, I'm going to tell you, the people aren't important. The message to trust your instincts around whoever, right? If you feel like somebody's coming in being too good to be true, or coming in offering you a bunch of bullshit and you feel it's bullshit, you know what I mean? Then take it as that. Trust your intuition, trust your instincts, because you have this ability to see people and their motivations. But I feel like you don't completely trust that, or you second guess it. Does that make sense? I'm going to tell you now that people aren't important. Okay, so the message is, stop second guessing yourself. Trust your intuition and trust your knowledge when these people come in. Whether they're people you currently know or new people coming in, always, 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 always trust your intuition. Because you have the ability to tell whether these people are being authentic or not. It's like you have this built-in lie detector, which a lot of us do. A lot of people, I'm going to say a lot of people tapped into their abilities, can see through things. So But like I said, you got to believe in those instincts, right? The the Nine of Cups, when it comes up reversed, like I said, they're coming in and they're like, oh, I can make all your wishes come true. I have this and I have that. I have everything you desire, and underneath it's just bullshit. Like, it's bullshit. But I feel like you see that it's bullshit, and in a lot of ways, I don't feel like you're scared to call them out on it. But I also feel like sometimes you may feel bad for calling people out on it, or you may, feel guilty, or whatever the case may be. I feel like there's definitely, when you do call people out on it, sometimes there's some regret around that and you feel bad about it. And then other times you just don't even bother calling them out. I feel like it just kind of depends. It can go one way or another, because the Two of Swords is coming out and then the King of Pentacles. So it's like, sometimes you decide to call them out on it, sometimes you don't. But, when it comes to trusting people and letting people in, and people that approach you, use that ability. Use that ability. And don't be afraid to call people out on their bullshit. I'm gonna say that too. Sometimes people need to hear it. I don't know how many times I have called so many people out on their, and they hate me for it. I'm not gonna lie, they hate me for it. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I feel like they need to know that they're not gonna get away with it, right? For me, it's holding them accountable. It's an accountability piece. I feel like if you're gonna lie to me, then you best be ready and prepared for me to call you out on it if you're even gonna go down that road, right? And I really don't give a shit at that point. So don't ever feel bad about calling people out, because if they're gonna do it in the first place, they deserve to be called out. Because one thing I have learned too is that when you allow people to devalue you that way, when you allow people to lie to you and get away with it, that's showing people that that's what you're worth, right? And then you end up essentially showing them how to treat you, right? If you don't put up with it and you don't tolerate it, then you also learn to value yourself more, in essence, I find. At least that's something my guides pointed out to me personally, because I used to let a lot of bullshit slide with people too. Not so much anymore. My goddess would smack me up the head if she I've gotten it quite a few times where she's like, what are you doing? um Luckily, I started working with a deity that keeps me in check that way, but I was really bad for it before I got working with her. And that was something she brought across to me was, people treat us the way we allow them to treat us. So if we don't want people lying to us, if we don't want people treating us like shit, if we don't want all this stuff in our lives, then we need to stop allowing it. And sometimes that means calling them out. But the people, yeah, it's just people in general. I feel like it could be applicable to people in your life currently, but it's also applicable to people coming in, new people coming in. And that's why the King of Pentacles was coming up, right, too. It's like I said, it's a self-value thing, right? The King of Pentacles knows exactly how much he's worth. Even the Queen of Pentacles knows exactly how much she's worth, right? And they're not going to settle for less, neither one of them. You're very welcome. I'm glad that helped. let's see. Who else? Eliza, I was just looking at you. I was. Let's see what comes through. What message you have for me? Wow, there's a lot of heavy messages coming through. Okay, I'm gonna light these out so I can actually see them. Okay, Eliza. My dear, my dear. So I'm seeing some sort of okay. So we have I'm gonna show you the cards I pulled and then we'll figure it out. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Five of Swords. That makes sense. We have the Ace of Wands reversed. We have the Nine of Swords upright. We have the Page of Cups upright. We have the King of Wands. And then we have reversed, and we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. These are all coming out. There's all one message in this, okay? First of all, you have an ability. There's messages coming into you about things. So I'm definitely seeing you moving forward with a goal or wanting to, but coming up against some resistance. Okay, and this has caused a lot of tension, a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety. I'm also hearing something about some sort of spiritual gift. I'm not sure what gift this is. This might be something you have to discover yet, or you know and you don't, but they're not going to tell them. I don't want to say they're not going to tell me because they might tell me. I feel like it's something to do with hands, though. Could be like a psychic gift in terms of being able to touch things and read energy off of things, because I am getting a lot of pentacles and a lot of wands energy, but this is something that you've repressed for a while. But you may have started like doing some research or something into it lately, or may have started bubbling up back again. There's definitely some fear around this. You need to work on overcoming that. And how that's overcome is by actually learning. I know that's going to sound weird, but learning and utilizing your abilities, okay? So a lot of times we're scared of the things that we can do because we don't understand them and we don't know how to use them, especially when it comes to spiritual gifts. But they're given to you for a reason. And I feel like that's the biggest challenge you have to overcome right now is your own anxiety and your own anxiety when it comes to this. Is this making sense, Liza? Um, there's a lot of things coming through. I'm trying to get just one message because I feel like there's like at least 3 different messages here. And I don't. What's the most important one that she needs to know? Okay. Yeah. The biggest thing is overcoming that fear. And it's by utilizing this, using it, because we have the Knight of Pentacles coming up upright, which means using this is going to be how you learn about it and move forward from this. Okay. Move past this, because I do see there's a lot of fear and anxiety around this, whatever this ability is. I feel like it's got something to do with being able to like pick up on energy, either from like physically touching things, or this could even be like honestly physical energy of physical things or even people, right? So when you get around people or you walk into certain places and you can pick up on energy in a place, you don't even necessarily have to touch it. I feel like with the pentacles are showing me just being in a physical vicinity of things, right? You're able to pick up on energy there. Now, it doesn't always have to be spiritual energy. They want me to I don't know why they want me to explain this, but they want me to explain that there is a difference between intellectual active energy and what is called residual energy. Okay, so for people who are sensitive to things, so sometimes we can mix up residual energy. So a lot of times people will walk into a house and think it's haunted when in fact it's not haunted. What they're picking up on is residual energy that's left behind in the house. So sometimes when really tragic things happen, or when people live in a house for a very long time, okay, to take for example, somebody lived in a house their whole entire life, right? Back in the olden days, most people lived in their houses their whole entire life, and there were generations that lived in the same house, right? Over time, that energy builds up and it builds up and it builds up and it builds up. And then when people die, what happens is that energy ends up replaying itself over and over and over. So people who are really sensitive to energy can walk into a place and they see this energy playing out. And sometimes people can get scared by that because they think it's a haunting, or they confuse it as a haunting. It's not a haunting. It's a memory. It's an energetic replay of a memory. So it's almost like an energetic memory that just keeps replaying and replaying. But people, like I said, who are really sensitive can pick up on it. Active hauntings or active energies are different. And you'll be able to tell the difference the more you work with the energies. So active energies and active hauntings, they have an energy like a person, right? Whereas residual hauntings, it's the same energy over and over and over again. When you connect to spirits, or you connect, I don't know if you've ever connected to energies of other people as well, or places, but the active energy changes. Okay. According to moods, according to various factors, right? Our energy, and whether people want to believe this or not, even our auric fields, for people who see auras, our auras can change over time. Our colors of our auras can change over time, depending on experiences we've been through, how much healing we've done. And our energy shifts and changes over time too. And spirits are the same way. Their energy changes depending on the moods that they're in that day. I can honestly say this from, having contact with several different spirits throughout my lifetime. Connecting with their energy is like connecting to another human's energy. Okay. It's very much alive and active and changing. Whereas residual energy kind of doesn't change. It's always the same thing, but it's very easy to get mixed up. But whatever this is that you have a fear of, you need to understand why you have a fear of it, and then kind of work through that. Go from there and work on unprogramming that energy, right? If you have a fear, okay, so for instance, I don't know if I should be opening up this much, but I'm going to. So I've always been very open to seeing spirits and communicating with spirits for as long as I can remember. I've always been able to see them. If not see them, I can definitely feel their energy and their presence around me when they're around me. And different spirits have different energy. But growing up, I grew up very Christian, hardcore Christian, which I grew up with Christian parents who, you know, that stuff was the devil. That stuff was evil. Any spirits were evil. No spirits were good. They were all, you know, demons and devils and that kind of thing. So I had to kind of work through my understanding of spirits. Even when I started practicing paganism and witchcraft, the same thing. I had to work through. But I learned as I practiced witchcraft that it's not what everybody made it out to be, that there is a positive side to it. I learned through working with a deity of death and destruction in war that there is another side to that, right? When you get in working with that energy, you start seeing things from different perspectives. And I've also learned how Christianity and paganism and all other religions blend together. And I'm probably going to get a whole lot of flack for saying this to you, but they do. When witches do spells, it's no different than a prayer. Me and my daughter's a Muslim, and yeah, she's a Muslim, and we were talking about how Muslims can't eat meat because, well, there's kosher meats. It's not that they can't eat meats, but there's like kosher meats and unkosher meats, right? And because I was asking about her diet for when she comes over, so I know what is appropriate to give her and what isn't, right? And then she was talking about the whole process of blessing the meat and how the meat's supposed to be processed and slaughtered and all of this stuff. And then we got into a conversation of how pagans believe the same things or similar things, that if animals aren't, you know, butchered in a certain way, the meat retains that traumatic energy, and then we in turn intake that traumatized energy into ourselves when we eat it. So that's why we as pagans bless our food before we eat it. Some of us, not all of us, but some of us do, right? To purify that energy, and they do the same thing. So I have learned that, you know, there's lots of different beliefs that all do the same thing. We all believe the same thing. We just do things different ways, and that it's not as evil as I believed it to be. Spirits aren't as bad, but you have to work through that, right? And the only way to kind of do that is through working with that energy. Okay? Because it's your experiences that are going to bring an understanding to that. But you have to kind of face that fear before anything. Does that make sense? I feel like there's a lot of guides around you that want to they want to help you. There's one mothering kind of energy around you, and then there's another one that's very like empowering. So we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, which is that mothering kind of nurturing. She's a very nurturing energy. And then there's the King of Wands, which is a very kind of empowered energy. Does that make sense? Hello, Lucky. It's good to see you. I don't know why I was worried about opening up about that stuff, because really it can't be used against me because I no longer have a fear of it. But I'm just saying. Also, the energies that are around you, with in terms of running up against blockades when it comes to meeting goals and moving forward with things and resistance, they can also help you with working through that too. They can help guide you through all of these all of these issues that you're kind of having issues with. Does that make sense? Oh my goodness. Okay. So guys, if you have specific questions, there is a donation link in the pinned comment where you can make a donation. There is no set limit for the donations, guys. You can pay whatever you can afford. Like I said, I know a lot of people are in kind of struggles right now, so I don't want to put like a price tag on anything. So that's why it's open to whatever you can afford. Feel free. You don't have to have a PayPal to use that either. There is an option to pay from a debit or credit card if you don't have PayPal. If you guys want a free reading, if Spirit has a message for you and I'm drawn to you, comment your name and I will definitely do that for you. There's been a lot of like heavy energies coming through tonight. So guys, also keep in mind that the messages I give you, I'm here to help transform. Okay, I already know what my mission and my purpose for being here is. So I'm not the type of reader that will, I typically do not give, when I'm drawn to you, it's because there's something you need to hear, really need to hear. um, Typically, I'm not that reader that will say, oh, you're on. I think I've only done one reading. Honest to God, in the whole 3 years I've been doing readings, I think I've had one, maybe two readings where I'm like, you're on the right track, keep going, that really have not had any type of transformative thing to them. Because it's not what I'm here to do. And I will pull everything you need to work on out. So please be aware of that. So for those of you who follow astrology, I have a Pluto right over top of my sun. So I am very, one of those lovely gifts that come with that sitting in Scorpio is being able to pull people's, for lack of better terms, demons. That's the way my spirit guides put it to me, out, which is really essentially just shadows and things that you don't want to look at out in order to heal and transform them. That's what I do. People don't like it though. So, awesome. Thank you. It's awesome energy. It's not, it's a freaky energy for some people. Um, Nobody likes looking at their shadows. A lot of people don't. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So Lucky, do you have a I'm probably gonna know your name. I know you were on last time. Guys, I'm horrible with names, so please just keep reminding me. Eventually it'll click it. Just keep reminding me. So what is your question, my dear? I feel like I got a sliver on my hands, but I don't. So I don't know what's up with that. Oh, thank you, Lucky. And yes, that's a lot of people who resonate with me are really kind of into that thing. Like I don't do light and fluffy stuff. There's lots of readers who do, and I love them for that, but I am definitely not one of them. Not what I agreed to come here to do, apparently. Is what it is. So, Lucky, I need your question, my dear. Or did you just want me to do a general? Okay. Oh yeah, you put that up there. Sorry. I seen that. I don't know why I didn't. Okay, perfect. You're not wasting your time. I love that. It seems too good to be true. Let's see what the cards have to say. Let's see. It's up, down, sideways. And we're gonna leave that sideways. Oh, well, okay. So I'll show you the cards I got, and then we'll do this. So we had the Three of Wands come out reversed. We have the Star card, and behind that we have the Four of Wands, and behind that, this was all one pile, by the way. There was the Ace of Wands reversed, and behind that, the Seven of Wands, the Four of Cups reversed, the Temperance, the Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and then we have the Knight of Wands. We have the Page of Swords reversed. We have the Sun reversed, the Eight of Wands, and behind that. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, which they're telling me to put on its side, and I'll explain what that means in a minute. And then we have the Lover's card underneath. So if you're asking if he is really interested in a relationship, it does seem like he is, okay? So underneath of this all, I mean, you're asking about relationships and you get the Lovers card. I don't think there's any clearer of a answer for that. However, I do see him being very reserved. So he's one of those people that keeps everything under the surface, or a lot of things under the surface. He's not an open book, so to speak. That's that people can read. Okay. But as far as his feelings for you, with the Three of Wands coming up reverse, this tells me that he's really not looking to leave. Okay. He wants something steady. He wants something stable. He's not looking to go anywhere, or how are we going to word that? I keep hearing he's not a drifter. You like the mystic. He's not a drifter, okay? He's not somebody who's going to come and go, come and go, come and go. I feel like once he's made up his mind and he's determined to stay. I do feel like he's hopeful about this, okay? Did he come to you? Or did you go to him? I feel like he came to you. Most people like steady in relationships. Most people do not like the come and go kind of energy. It keeps saying, yeah, he came to you, because that's what I was seeing. I was seeing things coming in. So that's a pretty good flag and indicator there that he's interested. The fact that he came to you, I'm going to tell you now from these cards, if he was not interested in you, he wouldn't have bothered coming. Okay. I do feel like, was there traveling involved? I feel like, he came like literally up and moved. But that's beside the point. Okay. Do feel like he's definitely optimistic about this relationship and hopeful, and he has high hopes for this. Okay. Do I think that he's ready for marriage right now? No. Do I think he has the intentions of marriage right now? No. But obviously, I do think that he's looking for something steady and stable. And inside, he does desire a relationship where he can. And he does maybe see you in the future as being somebody he could be with, or that there's a potential for that. I feel like if he didn't feel like there was a potential or a seed underneath the surface for this turning into something long-term and very committed, he would not have bothered putting the energy. Aww. See, that's cute. That's cute. The Ace of Wands reversed. He's very passionate about things, even though, sometimes that doesn't always show. I do feel like he has a lot of passion for you. Now, again, passion can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how it is expressed, but it is there. He came all this way for you. That's what I keep hearing. He came all this way for you. He's definitely willing to fight for you. He will stand his ground for you. Okay? He ain't afraid. He's not going to be afraid of fighting for you or this relationship. And I feel like that Wands card that comes up, it's not like he wants, sometimes that can be a bit of a confrontational card, but I don't feel like it's a confrontational card. I feel like it's legitimately like he will fight for you, and that he views this relationship as something worth fighting for. Like if somebody were to come into things and start messing around with your relationship, no, there'd be none of it. 3 weeks. I know, but sometimes you just, I'm gonna say, sometimes you just know, right? And there is a thing, like sometimes people's energies, if you believe in past lives, sometimes we come back in contact with people that we've had relationships with before, not in this life. And then energies just kind of get built off of, right? So that energy is already there from a previous lifetime. Now, this could be, because this is all reversed as well, this could be a previous lifetime as well. I didn't actually even think of that until I said it. But you guys may have been together, if you believe in past lives, before. And that's kind of why there's this intensity there. But I don't see anything bad. I do see definitely him shaking things up with this relationship. I do feel like he's going to push you out of your comfort zone. Be prepared for that. Okay. He's going to be somebody who challenges you and pushes you out of your comfort zone, but I think that it's because he wants to see the relationship grow. He wants a relationship that can grow. He doesn't want a stagnated relationship, okay? And the Four of Cups can be very still stagnated waters, right? And in a relationship, that's still stagnated love, and you just don't want that, right? You want something that's able to grow and expand. He's looking for somebody to integrate with, move forward with, and he's not afraid to put in the work. Is he a fire sign? There's a lot of fire. A lot of fire. He's intensity. He's very focused on your relationship, like narrow focused. And I don't see that kind of focus, and he's a Virgo. Interesting. Is he really impulsive though? Like just, quick moving? I know Virgos usually aren't quick. Well, I guess they can be quick moving because they're ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is the fastest moving planet in the solar system, so I guess it can be. Yeah, he has a lot of fun. Okay, so there's a lot of fire in his chart. That's why there's a lot of fire popping up here, which leads to him having a kind of fiery type person. I gotcha. Okay, so the Page of Swords is reversed. Like, there's a lot of focus. So the Page of Swords, when it's upright, is this very open-mindedness. In the Page of Swords reversed, I don't feel like this is closed-mindedness, though. It's coming through as like tunnel vision focus. Which isn't always a bad thing because it is facing towards the future. So I think he's like thinking about the future with you, and he's thinking about where this can go, right? And he's got to focus on, he's got a vision, and he's got an idea of where he wants to go with this. I do feel like he shares a lot of his ideas, though. Like, there's a lot that goes through his head that he's observing, and that's a typical Virgo thing. Like, they're designed to pull information in. That's what Virgo does. Whereas Gemini is the opposite of that. Geminis express information out. Virgos pull and observe. They observe, and then they pull information in from their surroundings, and they pick everything apart. And I feel like that's kind of what he's doing. Definitely very introverted. I don't feel like he's big on PDA. Does that make sense? Like, he loves you, and okay, so big on PDA, meaning he doesn't want the relationship to be out there for everybody to see, and sometimes that can come across as he loves to talk about everything. Okay, so then it could be just his focus. Or he talks a lot about stuff, but he also keeps a lot to himself. That's a possibility too. I talk a lot too, but there's still a lot of shit that goes through my head that I keep to myself. So I'm not going to say that he doesn't express everything that's on his mind, because I feel like there's still a lot that he keeps to himself. Yeah. I don't feel like he wants the whole world to see your relationship. With the Sun reversed, it's like he values the privacy in your relationship, and he's not going to be someone who's like, look at me, posting pictures of the two of you all over social media and, throwing the whole thing out there for you to see. But I do see that he values you. You're important. The Sun is the importance. The Sun is the light of the center of the center of the solar system, right? You will if you're not already the center of his world, so to speak. And I'm not saying like obsessive, like, oh my God, there's you and only you, but I feel like the center being you're important to him. Let me clear that up. You're important to him. Yeah. Okay. So that definitely. But when he wants something, he wants it. The Eight of Wands, like, gone. When he wants something, he wants it. And he's not afraid to go after what he wants. So the fact that he's going after you, I mean, I know this seems too good to be true, but I really don't see anything. The only thing I'm going to say is there could be, with the Sun reversed and the Ace of Wands reversed, is some sort of insecurity issues and self-esteem issues that way. But keep in mind, he will give what you give. And he, okay, so equal exchange is a big thing. And the fact that they told me to put this on its side because it was like upright, upside down, like which way does this go? And they're like on the side, tells me that he will give what you give, right? He reciprocates what is given. So if you put 100% in, he'll put 100% in. If you put 30% in, he'll give 30%, right? He's not going to give us all if you're not giving your all. Because he sees relationships as a partnership, right? It's a partnership to him. It's not something. Yeah. I mean, there's still some healing, obviously, too. With the Star card coming up, there could be some healing on his behalf still that he needs to do. But I don't see that he doesn't love you or he doesn't care about you or he's not interested in you. I'm definitely seeing a lot of interest in you. But like I said, just be cautious about the insecurity because I'm picking up that the insecurity could turn into clinginess down the road. Like the wanting to know where you are, as much as I say that's cute, over months and months and months and months and even years of having to deal with that, sometimes if you're somebody, now depending on how you are too, right? If you're somebody who loves that kind of attention and needs it, then that's not going to be a problem. But some people are like, it gets suffocating after a while, right? And they just need their freedom from it. And that's something to be cautious of, right? Is he needing to know where you are, what you're doing, and have that constant contact because he cares, or is he needing it for his own security because he's insecure about what you're doing and who you're with, and letting past traumas kind of influence that? But I don't see anything like overly negative coming up. I do think, the fact that he moved, that's what they were really emphasizing that for some reason. Like, he moved for you. People don't take that kind of action if they're not interested. He came to you. He does value you. He does care about you. He does love you. He does want to connect with you. Do I think that, obviously this is still dating, and I think he knows that. He's like, nothing serious at the moment. I'm not going to run into marriage. Do I think he's going to run into marriage? No. Definitely not. Do I think that, being a Virgo or being an earth sign, they want long term though. Like, they want, something that's going to last. Long lasting is important to them. Any earth sign, whether it's a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, like, all the earth signs, they're about longevity, right? So they definitely aren't going to put effort into, if they get into a relationship with you, they're in it for the long haul. That's just how they are. I'm sorry. I shouldn't. I find that funny because, I get told that all the time too. And my reply to that is I'm never a good girl. But that's just me. You're welcome. But yes, I mean, there's two different reasons why he wants to know, right? Again, is it because he cares and he's legitimately, worried about your safety or wanting to make sure that you're, being safe and that you're taken care of, I guess. Like if he's got a very dominant okay, so a little bit about being in it. Okay, when you say he tells you to be a good girl, okay, I've been in I've been in DS relationships and dynamics, so good girl to me has a whole different meaning like what he does to normal people. So that's why I laugh because I'm like, you know, yeah, he's okay, dominant. So yeah, dominant guys in general, they are that way. Like they want to know, they just want to take care of you, right? That's just kind of their instinct and their nature. But um, just to be careful about that going to the extreme, though. Make sure that you set boundaries and limits, and that you guys communicate about that, because um, that's definitely something you're gonna want to talk about. Again, coming from somebody who's been in a DS and has lots of experience. Then again, I'm a little bit of a brat too. So when dominant guys tell me to be a good girl, specifically my own doms, I laugh at them and tell them I'm never a good girl. Ever. It's not in my nature. And then there's a smart ass part of me that just is naturally that way anyways. So I think besides the, wanting to brat, I'm a Scorpio. I am a Scorpio. Libra rising, Scorpio sun, and Taurus moon. I think I just do it because I want to see their reaction. There's nothing wrong with being a smartass. I don't think I could ever not be a smartass. It's just like a natural reaction for me. I'm not a smartass, and people should start worrying. I think because yeah, it's like an automatic reaction for me. Oh, well, I would definitely go for it. I think he is a good guy. Like I said, the only thing like I would be cautious of is the dominant nature, because they like to control, right? That you guys have now. If he's a good dom, and if he is a dominant and he's good at what he does, he's gonna sit down with you and talk with you about that. and to even see if that's your thing, right? Like there's a lot of people who end up with dominant people who aren't really into that kind of thing, right? So that definitely, like I said, just be careful about that it doesn't go to extremes. Make sure you're setting boundaries and limits that, you know, and talk about them. What you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with. And just because he's dominant in nature does not mean he has to dominate you. That's the other thing. I have learned that. The hard way. There's a lot of You're so welcome, Lucky. I'm glad that that was helpful. So, guys, I think I'm gonna jump off for tonight. I'm starting to feel the energy build up in my head, and that's usually an indication that I need to stop. Because otherwise, like I said, I've said it in previous lives too, I will wake up with a massive headache because all my energy sits up here. And that's never fun. So I'm going to jump off, but I will be on tomorrow, Monday. I'll probably be on Tuesday night. We'll see. I'm not going to be on tomorrow night because I got to take a break. I've got interviews and stuff to do, job searching, and all that fun, mundane, everyday stuff. But I'll try to be on Tuesday. So if you guys have subscribed to my channel, also thank you guys for subscribing. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you to people who have followed. If you're watching on Facebook, you all are awesome. Thank you guys for everyone who made donations as well. You guys are amazing. I am glad that I got to read for everybody. I did. And if you guys are interested in readings, come back again on Tuesday. I should be back on Tuesday. If not, I'll be on Thursday for sure. Okay. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night and a great rest of your week if I don't see you before Thursday. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.